So we will talk on that which we left on that day.
Ji Swamiji.
So you ask as a question so that it will be easy for me to talk.
I wanted to ask that do you have any out of body experience while being in meditation?
So I will continue from where we left. I think we should wait for him to come. Are you all right, Mr. Karen?
Yes, all right, Swami.
At present, you are not looking like Mr. Karen. You're looking like Miss Karen. Yeah.
Because today I don't have to work. When I have to work, I become Mister.
And then you become sister. Huh? After Mr.
Yes,
Sister.
Swami.
How much you desire for attention, Mr. Tanoj? Attention from others? If you are not getting attention when you are at some place, how you feel?
I like if I am not being given attention.
So make him your master for 1 week. He will transfer his disease to you. Huh? You liked it or not? 1 week course from him.
From
Karen?
whom?
You will provide the course to Karen.
Karan is also on a right level of understanding. I think so. Because he has been...
You have to scratch each other's back. Huh? Everyone is at the right level. Then the whole world will become paradise. Huh?
I'm in the left level.
That is good. So we were talking, he asked something on that day when you left, so we were talking about that. The same kind of thing you also said, that I wanted to talk about that, but then we didn't get the opportunity. But what happened to you looked like more like your desire was projected. You said that you saw. Whom you saw? Tell.
It was not like seeing. It was kind of there is something. At that time there was like was something where no one is like divided or anyone other, like kind of a unity, like everyone is everyone, like
No, you were talking about, you saw Swamiji, you saw what is his name, Amit, and
yeah.
what, how you saw?
Yeah, that it was not the seeing of like a kind of, but just a second. Yeah, it was like kind of that at there everyone is there.
Everyone means?
Everyone means like the person who is like for me,
Mm.
at that time, I don't know. You can be right.
Mm.
I may be wrong, or like it can be totally a projection of mind or desire, maybe with the conditioning of by listening also,
Mm.
and from here and there.
Mm.
So that can be. You are right. So it was a sense or kind of sense and feeling that somewhere at there, like I'm using word there to just to explain it. Everyone is there, like, or maybe it was the projection, but at that time it was a sense that it was a sense or feeling that you and Swamiji and Osho, and there was the visions were coming, like I'm using word vision, but there was something else, kind of like then Guru Nanak, Jesus, and Osho, and you, Gurudev, and then I met Ma Sarita. I was repeating this line. Everyone is there. Everyone is there. And she said something. Then she helped me to.
But
she said that,
the way you are saying it looks, it was very emotional kind of state. Not. Now let us move further. You have said. So what happened to me? Because something happens, but you may not be able to explain things. You may not be able to interpret what happened. But I can remember how it happened. At that time, I was meditating maybe 18 hours a day. Very few people have the guts to do that much of meditation. That burning desire that you have forgotten everything, almost your whole time. And I was not meeting anyone at all. Just after taking bath at maybe 3-4 in the morning, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., I will drink one cup of black tea, and then I will close the door, and no one can enter that area. So, and I will just go on watching my thoughts, my emotions, because I have heard Osho that the whole real meditation is watching. The more you are able to watch, the more all those things disappear. Your thoughts and emotions, everything. So I will be watching, sitting on my bed, watching, and when my knees will get really, like it will become inflamed by sitting for so long, then I will lie down and then watch. And again, when I'm all right, then I will again continue doing watching. Around 4 o'clock, I will come out of my room. Then I will take my first meal. And then I will be walking on my roof. What happened to him? He started farting. Today he has to cook food, so before cooking he must be farting so that he can eat more.
no, farting will not help it. I need to sit there.
Shitting you are not going to do. You have decided you will not shit whatever happens.
water came.
Okay, water came.
Yeah.
So, and every day I was praying to Osho. So I will be praying to Osho that I need some living master, otherwise I may go mad. Because I am doing all those things without any guidance, and I am doing like you're going to the extremes. And so many things were happening at that time that Kundalini will be rising, and I don't know what is happening. Then it happened. I went to the meditation camp. I was telling him on that day. So then I was telling him that you can close your eyes because I know male like to close their eyes more. I also used to close my eyes while listening to Swamiji. So you have to follow your nature. Female mostly they like to look. So that is all right. I have already told you and Bhupendra this, so I will start from where I left a little bit. So I was telling him that I was having doubts about Swamiji, whether he is real or fake, whether he is a master or a politician. But then after 3 days, things started happening. And I went to his room and I asked him that I am having like some kind of something is rising in my back. It is moving slow. It is moving very slowly, and it has reached to this place near neck. But after that, it has stopped. It is no longer moving further from there. So the first thing he said to me is that this, in Hindi he said, Purv Janmo ki sadhana. This is your sadhana from past lives. Then he said that you just forget whatever experiences you have happened. Only then something new can happen. If you just go on desiring that it should happen, the same thing should happen, or something should happen, then it can be projection of your mind. But he didn't say that. I'm just adding to it that don't desire that something should happen. If you are desiring, then you will be creating it. Because mind is the real harami. It knows all the art to create false experiences. You can go on projecting things which is inside you, you can see outside. You are full of love with Osho and you can create his image. You can see him.
What is mind, Swamiji?
Huh?
What is mind?
Now if you just go on distracting, let me say what I am saying at present. We can talk about that later on. Because then it will go again in the other direction. You ask about out-of-body experience, so let me reach to that first. Otherwise, it will go on. It will become a Mahabharata. Very book. First, let me finish it. Mind means waves, bundles of thoughts, bundles of desires. It needs a master, it needs awareness. Otherwise, you will be lost in the forest. Mind means like in your house, every day there is new watchman is sitting at the front door and he is claiming I am the master. No one is the master. They are all watchmen. The master has gone on holiday. So they are having good time. I spoke in a little poetic way. You can call it allegorical, but I will talk about that later on. Why mind is a trouble? Mind is a trouble because there are so many bubbles, there are so many waves, and the center is missing. The center of the cyclone is missing. The master is missing. Mind means desires. So it can create anything. It is a master creator. It can imagine anything. It can project anything. So I think maybe after that it happened, whatever I was this. So I was I will be always, after any meditation will end, I will sit in meditation, because that is the right, after some technique has ended or some session has ended, you are in a good state. So people who leave a meditation place at that time, they are not real seekers. So I will always, after the session will finish, I will sit there and I will remain in meditation for as long as I feel like being. So maybe after, I don't remember whether it happened before I met Swamiji or after. Perhaps it happened after I met Swamiji. Then I was more relaxed, so things started happening more. I understood what he was saying. That if you go on, if you are having desires, if you want to experience something, you will create all those things, but that will not be real. The real thing is like, it is like a lightning, it strucks you. You were not imagining it, you were not thinking about it. It comes out of blue. If you want, like you have heard, Osho says that if you can remain for, once he said, for 42 minutes, if you remain without thoughts, you will become enlightened. That will become the greatest barrier. You will just be waiting 42 minutes. And maybe he said somewhere 42 seconds also. Even if you are thinking after 42 seconds it will happen, and you are thinking, then you are already thinking. Already thoughts are there. As you become more mature, then you stop desiring, you are just meditating, you are enjoying the process. If you are desiring something, that means you are not in love with meditation. Otherwise, even if enlightenment happens or it doesn't happen, who cares? You enjoy this moment, that's all. So then one day when one session ended, I was sitting in meditation. Maybe I sat for 1 hour, 2 hours, whatever. And the place was very wonderful. That place was, because Buddha had meditated at that place. And where the camp was happening, that was already a nunnery. Jaina nuns were living there. Very great, beautiful place. And I was already meditating in my home. And then I got such great environment with a master. So that was the perfect place. Everything was perfect there. That was my first camp, but I think that was the very best. After that, any other camp of Swamiji where I have gone, I can only call it after that second. This was the very best camp. My first and the very best. And everyone, those who went there, they feel that it was a kind of perfect camp. I think anyone who went there was really blessed. All those people whom existence invited, only they went in that camp. And after Swamiji became enlightened, maybe that was his first camp, who knows. But if not first, among the first. So I was sitting, and then after a long time all thoughts disappeared. I felt like I am in the sea of consciousness. There was nothing, everything had disappeared. But then suddenly, like in my heart area, you can call it Anhat Chakra, uh, the heart center. Because I felt like it is happening near the heart. Not that it is confined to this small area of body, but I feel this from the heart it is happening. It can spread anywhere, but from this is the center of whatever was happening. Not head was the center. So I feel now, because you have to interpret it, things happened. But then when you try to explain it, or when you try to understand it yourself, you have to interpret it. So I got this interpretation little bit yesterday, that like Osho has talked about Sharir Shuddhi, Sharir Sunyata. That means purification of body, then the body will become empty. After purification, emptiness happens. If your body is not pure, your body will never become empty. And once it has become empty, you will feel weightless. You will feel like you are levitating. So it can happen only when you are meditating, you are becoming more conscious, and you are eating right food. If you are falling down to your desire for, I will eat this, I will eat that, I will eat this non-vegetarian food, I will eat this food, then it will never happen. You have to be the master. Whatever food suits my body. It may happen even if you are eating non-vegetarian food, but then it will become more difficult. If you are eating right food, it will happen quickly. It will happen fast. Now this man idiot is making food. He should have listened this, but this is how it happens. When you have too much desire for food, then you will get involved in this kind of things. But let him do it, because when you are in group, then you cannot. The idiot appeared. What happened to the idiot?
I am having similar question about we talked.
But let me first finish this thing. Okay, then you can ask. Okay.
Okay.
I will talk about other things later, but first food. If you have any question, I will answer. So the first thing is Sharir. That means purification of body. When your body is purified, all unnecessary things has dropped by your conscious effort. Then your body, you will feel like bodilessness. Then the second thing is purification of thought, vichar shuddhi, then vichar sunyata. Then your thought will become empty. Then bhav shuddhi and bhav shunyata. Bhav shuddhi means purification of your emotions, and then emptiness of emotions. So what happened to me, that was the last state of purification of emotions, feeling emotions. So whatever I saw inside, it was like a last, when your heart is totally purified, then what you will see? You will see all those people who have become enlightened, something like that. their light, their aura. You will not see your mother, because in worldly term, mother is, she represents love, she represents emotions. But the final thing of that is your master. If you are a seeker, you love him more than anyone else. So it may be in this impersonal journey of the consciousness, I may have lived with these people. Why you are yawning? Mr. Tanoj, why you are yawning? Getting bored or what?
No, Swamiji. I'm not getting bored. I'm with you.
Why don't you keep some mustache? You will look more manly. You're looking like a small baby.
Because it is more convenient for uniform and service purpose.
Okay. But mustache they keep even in. They may not be keeping beard, but mustache they have.
Yes. Maybe sometimes I'll keep after.
Okay. So before your emotions become totally empty, that means you have become free from emotional bondage. Emotions will no longer have hold on you. Before that happens, emotion has to be purified. So what I saw inside me was all the last purification of emotion. A very purified state of emotion. When it happened, so something appeared, the last images. Later on I interpreted those things, those pictures, it looked like somewhat like Buddha I may have seen, Nanak, and I don't remember how, few others, but it was not just their face, more like light. But some face I may have seen little bit like that, similar to them. I can interpret it was Buddha. It may be anyone, but like that. It can be like you have seen something in your childhood and you are very much impressed, so that remains. It can be anything like that also. I am not saying that this was something, the final thing, but it was something which remains for a long time. Even now, though just a memory, but I felt some kind of contentment seeing it, just that. Then I used to, like, in that camp, my energy has become so high that the whole body was all the time getting overstretched, and I will feel like connected to the whole universe, everything. If I am running back, still I will feel like I am connected to all the stars. There is no gap. And if I close my eyes, then I will feel like I am in the sea of consciousness. Like you are drowned in consciousness. So, and you have become so big as if you have no boundary line. And at that camp, after that, in many other camp, these things happened. If I'm doing dynamic and I'm keeping my hand like this, I can continue for 5 hours because I am in such a state. I don't want to get out of it. Otherwise, even to keep it like this for 15 minutes is a torture. But it has happened in many camps. And for any meditation, I I didn't need to do anything. Like if the Kundalini meditation is happening or dynamic uh, celebration or whatever stage, the body will do all those things on its own. I just have to be in a state of let go. My body will jump like it is some kind of rubber. Mm. Then I was not able to sleep at all in the night because the energy was so high. So once I asked Swamiji that I'm not able to sleep. So he said that we have come here just to break our sleep. But then he said a second thing also, you are going to the extreme. He said in Hindi, tu ati kar deta hai. That means you are going to the extreme. But then I asked him, what is the difference between being total and moving to the extreme? Because Osho always talk about being total. He didn't answer in words. So I concluded like that. No one can answer from outside. You have to reach to that equilibrium, that state on your own. When the ego is involved, then you can go to the extreme. But ego will be involved as long as you think you are identified with your body, you are identified with your thoughts, with your emotion. You think you have a separate individuality. Ego will be there. So it will happen on its own. When ego has disappeared, there will be totality. No one can make it happen. It will happen. So when I was not able to sleep, I will go to, there were some samadhis there of some, like maybe some nuns who were quite high, so they made samadhi. And when I saw in the daytime that there are samadhis, so I felt attracted. I said, because they used to keep it close, I thought when there will be no one in the night time, I will go and sit in and meditate there. Because maybe it is not allowed, you cannot go inside. So in the night time, I opened one of the samadhi. I felt like I should do the who here because it was made in such a way that the sound will fall on you. The echo will happen. So I did who for some time. It was like coming back, very nice, great, good experience. After coming back, again I was not able to sleep. So I was living in a dormitory. There were so many people there. Very big hall, so I had a friend just near my bed. So I told him that I will be putting some stick in their ass, all these people who are sleeping. You just enjoy the whole process. So I started shouting loudly that Swamiji is saying we have come here to break our sleep and these assholes, these idiots are all sleeping. I used some word like motherfucker and all those things, maybe because I had never used to use those things. Now I was like, all the control was not there. So I used few of these words. Not that I meant anything, just words. And he was laughing, the boy who knew me. He knew that I'm just teasing them and they will become angry and their sleep will be broken. He was also not able to sleep. So he was enjoying, he was laughing inside. And then next day, some of them may have complained that this boy is not letting us sleep and he's using abusive words. So the man who has organized the camp, he was from Gujarat. Beautiful man. His name was Vijay. And his wife was even more beautiful. I almost fell in love with her before she came to, I think, before this or after this I don't remember, but she came to a book fair. They had organized a book fair also. In the book fair, they came to Patna with their own stall. So I told her, just when I saw her, I said that I want to be your friend. She said, we are already friends. But then she added, what do you call it, caveat, that I am married also. But I am married. So I fell down from the... I'm just joking, nothing. I just accepted it that she's married. But she said that we are already friends, that is enough. And she was a woman, like very few women are so spiritual. Then later on, I heard that she is regarded in Gujarat as a kind of spiritual master. They say that they use a word ilham, like she receives some message from like higher consciousness, something like that. I don't know whether these things are real or only they know, but she was quite mature woman, very good looking, not in the sense like her whole, it was more spiritual beauty than physical. So her spiritual beauty was reflected in her body also. And her husband was, I think he has too much energy, so he was quite full of fire also. So one day I said that you should drink black tea or black coffee. That is, intelligent people drink that. So he said, I break the asshole of all intelligent people. He said, then I said that then you must have broken your asshole first because you think you are the most intelligent person. Then he didn't say anything. So in the morning time when he came to me that they are complaining, so if you do like this, then you may have to leave this place. You're disturbing these people's sleep. I said, then I will leave because I have come here to release all my bullshit. If I cannot do here, then where I can do? If I do those things in my home, they will not accept. So if I cannot do it here, then I will leave. What is the point then to be here? Then I think he said to Swamiji whatever I said. So in the next session, Swamiji said that if Alok leaves, if Chaitanya leaves, then for whom I am conducting this camp? Then I got this stamp, I can do anything. No one can. So then my madness, you can call it divine madness, my ecstasy increased far more. So I didn't care what others are thinking. If like there is a Mala on Osho's picture, what do you call it? Picture or what? They keep it in the camp, big one. Photograph, whatever. So I will put that mala on myself. I just wanted to teach these people how they react. And my catharsis, I will be doing anything if I feel like I will break my whole, this like my, what do you call it? What do you call it in the one you wear inside? Vest. Vest. So once I broke it, so one sannyasi labeled me Ganji Phad Swamiji, breaker of West. So many things I was doing, and some of the people who were serious, they were getting disturbed also. I knew that they will be. Then one day Swamiji, in the daytime, he used Nusrat Fateh Ali's song, and we have to whirl. And it was a very very big ground. So very good, right place for whirling. Otherwise, mostly wherever you have camps, they don't have that much space for whirling. But this place has maximum space. And he said that you have to begin slowly and then go on increasing the speed. And you don't have to control it. Even like if you're falling, then you have to allow the falling to happen. The real whirling happens only when the controller is not there. Mostly the businessman is always there. You are controlling, then it will not happen. No real experience will happen. No Satori can happen. But I was a madman, and the music, the song of Nusrat Fateh Ali was very suitable for me at that time. So I started the way he instructed, because I was not using my mind. Whatever, if Osho is saying about a method, this is how you have to do, I will do exactly like that. Or if Swamiji has instructed, then I will do like that. So I started slowly, and it was then after a long time I was like possessed. It is like a whirlwind. I was just caught in that whirlwind. And then from one side of the field, I was thrown away to the other side. Where you are lost, Mr. Tanuj, I am speaking for you. You are lost in your own thoughts.
No, Swamiji.
Be more attentive. Have some respect.
Yes, Swamiji, I am with you.
Actually, I am speaking for you. They have heard it already. It's not that I am not speaking for her or for him, but you have not heard. So if you don't want it to hear, then I will stop now.
No, Swamiji, please
But
continue.
you have
with
to
that
show
whirling.
that you are really listening. So much thoughts are happening in your head that what are the thoughts?
I was just observing myself also.
Don't observe, just listen. Do one thing at a time, just listen. Then you can later on reflect. All right?
Ji, sir.
So when I fell on the ground, I felt that the energy, like from head and from feet, from everywhere, the energy is collecting at my navel center. And I was just lying down on the ground with my navel on the ground, touching the ground. And I think maybe that was the instruction also. If you fell, you have to lie down on the navel. So the whole energy collected at the navel center. And it looked like the whole thing will break. But then I felt like I will die. Because the energy was like, all the energy was like, it was collected and it wanted to leave from here. So, and I told him also on that day, because my hand was bandaged. They had operated. And I think when I fell, because I became little bit afraid, so some bruises happened in some places little bit. And then when the energy collected here and it was to leave, and I became afraid, little bit afraid, and then everything stopped. Then kind of repentance happened that why I became afraid. So it stopped. So then the decision happened inside me that if next time it happens, even if I die, I will not allow the division to happen within me. That there is fear also. I will be just, whatever is happening, I will allow it to happen. Let it happen. Even if after that, I'm gone, finished, dead. No worry. But I will let it happen. I will see what is it. So next day also the same whirling with different song of Nusrat. So this time the decision was totally there that whatever happens, I will not allow fear to enter. So again the same thing happened. This time I think it was even far more like I was, like feather, I was carried from one side of the ground to other. Again I fell, but this time I was not afraid. I lie down like that for long time. Then Swamiji said that all of you go in your own room and continue meditating. So at that time when I went into the room, I thought that Swamiji must be also meditating in his room. And I wanted to be connected on subtle level with him. So I keep my whole energy on this third eye. And I wanted to get connected to him at a more subtle level. And then after some time, I felt like as if ants are crawling in my each and every pore of the body. As if like you can say you are feeling like pins are being, what do you call it? Pin. Someone is sticking pin in your body.
Poking
Poking, yeah. Or ant, you can say anything like that. So it was like all the pores of your body is becoming alive. And something is moving. And again the whole energy collected at here. And then suddenly sounds started coming from inside. Like sounds of animals like lion, tiger and all those things. I was myself like I was just watching the whole energy. I was just focused on that center. And it was so powerful that no human being can do on its own. If you can desire anything, it will not happen. And Osho has said, if you have any experience of past life, it will never be memory, it will be reliving. So it was reliving all those animals which I may have been in past. It's all recorded in your brain. So it started releasing so many animals. And then after maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, I cannot count, all those things disappeared. And I felt like as if the whole body has become totally cold and dead. The whole body has become totally stiff. I felt like the body is dead. And the energy is now leaving from this place. The whole energy is leaving. And I felt like I was, because it was winter time, and I felt that one side of my blanket has become like, because of the energy, it looked like it has gone up. For a long time I was feeling like that one side has become up. After very long time, once I opened the eyes, whether it is I'm just imagining or it has happened. So I think now that I saw that it has, like, one side was up. And while these things were happening, all those people they had stopped meditating, but they thought they were speaking something. I also felt that they were becoming anxious that what has happened to me. They wanted to tell it to Swamiji that what has happened. But maybe some people knew that this kind of thing can happen. So then after all those things settled, I felt like my whole body is dead and I have spread everywhere. It was a very, very big hall, and I felt like I have spread I am in the sea, ocean of consciousness, only consciousness. Everything had disappeared. And it was such a great, ecstatic, it cannot be explained in the word, whatever that happened. And on that day, because after that it was, I don't know what time, maybe it started at maybe 11, 12, 13, or 2 o'clock maximum. I remained in that state. Then in the evening time, white robe was happening. I didn't go for that. But luckily the whole thing they had, because at that day it was raining. So they bring everything outside my room. They had enough place, so white robe happened outside my room. But I remained in that, lying down. Only connection with the body looked like from this third eye. Otherwise, the whole body was dead. And I remained in that state for 3-4 hours by clock time. After, when I came out and when I saw my face in the mirror, the face was totally changed. It looked like the whole aura, everything looked like I have become like Jesus, the kind of image they had. And I think it remained for very, very long time like that. The aura was very... When I went to Pune and I used to meditate, some of the people, they will, if I am friendly to someone, they will ask about me, what do you think about him? He looks enlightened, something like that. So after that, two things happened. My obsession for enlightenment, which was like in extreme, it disappeared. And the fear of death. It's not that after that I was not, the desire for any experience was not there, but it became like very balanced after that. And the fear of death was also like, after that I didn't feel that kind of fear. And next day when I asked someone that you felt anything or not, whatever was happening to me, you felt anything or not? He said, I felt something is happening to you. We became afraid that you have died or something like that. But people in these places, they are quite receptive and they are very intuitive. I had my hand, I could not wash my clothes, so one of the person was washing my clothes on his own. I was not telling him that you have to wash. And after this happened, in the night time, in the evening time, I went to Swamiji's room. I said, I want to call you Bhagwan. Can I call you? He said, you can call whatever you want. I think we will finish now because at 8 o'clock I have to join that. Only 5 minutes left now. We will talk later about anything else.